Hey, raise it up, why? Raise it up. Raise it up, why? Hey, raise it up. Hey, raise it up, why? Raise it up. Raise it up, why? Raise it up. North side, raise it up. South side, raise it up. East side, raise it up. West side, raise it up. Raise it up, raise it up, raise it up, raise it up, raise it up. North side, raise it up. South side, raise it up. East side, raise it up. The west side, raise it up. Raise it up, raise it up, raise it up, raise it up, raise it up.
Hey loves. My name is Wyann, also known as Y, and this is another episode of Raise It Up, Why? The podcast. We are coming to you semi-live the last Thursday of December 2019. Damn, we almost out this hoe. We almost up out, all right? We are here in Los Angeles, always beautiful, always sunny and gorgeous, and the place where many come and few succeed. So I want to make sure that we recognize, for all of you podcast listeners on Spotify and Apple Podcasts, that one, thank you, first of all, for listening. And two, you all can't see the beautiful elephant in the room. We don't want to call him an elephant. We're going to call him Terrace Martin. And YouTubers, I thank you as well for your listener subscribership and watching. And you guys can see that we have my brother in music, Terrace Martin, right here with us today. All right. As today's episode would indicate, we are having a conversation with this lovely man. We're going to be getting some of his words of wisdom. Y'all always get mine. So now we're going to get raised by some of his. If you've copped the hashtag YNEP, then I'm sure that you also know that he is responsible for 1/3 of the album. It's not an album. It's a EP. Extended play. That's just EP. That's all.
I call them pictures.
Picture. My brother tells me it's a picture.
You know, it's a photo album of the latest, music pictures that you took. Just pictures.
That's cool.
Yeah, all these words, they're just pictures.
So 1/3 of my picture has been provided to us sonically by none other than my brother. And I think I'm going to have him pick one of the ones that he produced on the EP to make sure that we have a Douxadiddy for you all later today after I give you guys my words of wisdom. So first, I was telling Terrace a moment ago about the grounding that you all have been doing with me this entire year. Some of you guys really enjoy it because you recognize that, from my therapist side, grounding is what separates you in this moment from whatever energy, whatever thoughts, whatever environment you were in before this moment. It allows you to come into the you of right now in your body. What you're thinking, what you're feeling gets to be grounded right now. You're not worried about what happened yesterday. You're not agonizing over what can come later. You're just being you. And it lets you really absorb the information that is taught throughout all of our episodes. So without further ado, we're getting you ready for some grounding. So y'all know I'm a poet, so I like to give it to you in a way that rhymes and flows. Take a moment to be here with me. Hear my voice. Feel your feet. Wiggle your toes. Touch on your nose. And just recognize that you're here. Breathe a breath in. Blow a breath out. Again, you can do that in through your nose and out through your mouth. And I want you to take a moment to own this miracle you have called life. Just that you're breathing and winning by living this life. Just by spending this time with my voice right now, you're investing into your betterment. And I want you to sit with that and feel proud. And welcome. Welcome to our world. Welcome to the vibe. Let's go up. Let's go up. So without further ado, we're going to get right into getting raised. Y'all have been getting a lot of my wisdom and words and energy for this whole year. And we've had a few OGs on campus. This is like a school for us. So on campus, we've had a few OGs. I'm usually the OG that the kids are listening to. I've had a lot of my students on this year. Nice. So this time around, we get to have a fellow OG an OG that put me on, really, outside of Wayne and Juan Devon, if I can be dead ass. So one of the taglines for this show is where OGs kick game to real ones only. And so with you being an OG in the game, I'm self-proclaiming you one. What is one of the most profound lessons that you've learned from life experience within this game? Something that you can't find in a book.
To remain a student. And to acknowledge the fact that you're a student and you'll always be a student in this game.
Yeah.
You know, especially the game of life, but music, which to me is a reflection of life. I think the number one thing is to remain a student and always be a sponge to learn new things and to accept challenges and break through them with all of your might, if you know. But to remain a student is really important, I feel personally.
Yeah. Being a student in the game for you, just from my outside looking in observation, I feel like it keeps you fresh. Because you've been doing this for literally, it's going on over 2 decades. Can you believe that?
Yeah.
Can you fucking believe that?
Yeah.
That's crazy to me.
Yeah.
And so every time from when we were 16 and however old you were when I was 16. Well, when I was 16, writing around in my 20s, and now here in the 30s, for me.
Mm-hmm. Yep, for you.
I'm looking at the fact that every time your sound, but you want to know something else? Your sound has stayed you. Mm-hmm. Even though it's evolved with you, it's maturated and it's gone where you've gone, you've never stopped sounding like you. How is that?
I like to credit things like that to the people I'm inspired and influenced by, because they were all individuals. Anywhere from you know, Miles Davis,
right,
John Coltrane, totally different players, but you know, and being different and being okay with being individuals. Then you think of Los Angeles like DJ Quick and Battle Cat, totally different producers, but you know, with the common goal of wanting to be different, but still yet wanting to be together. So I think just the people I inspire to be like are all individuals. And throughout their career, their sound changed, but sometimes you could always tell through the person. Like when you hear Sonny Rollins, which is one of my favorite saxophonists, you could hear Sonny back then and now.
Right.
You could hear he evolved.
Right.
You know, but you could still hear the original thing, but you could hear just pictures painted around that. Yeah. And I always been, you know, inspired. And then that's the only way as a professional musician you can stay working. You have to figure out how to have your sound, but yet grow with the times.
One of those balances in life.
Balancing options.
Ooh, come on, don't take me there. So, December is your birthday month.
Yeah.
You know what I get you every year for your birthday?
Candle. A candle. Come on now.
Boom.
Thank you.
And you get a Raise It Up wide version of your candle.
I need this.
Wait, smell it though. So it's not just vanilla. I wanted it to be a little dangerous for you. It's vanilla and tobacco. Is that not crazy though?
Come on, I need this. Oh yeah, this will be lit today.
Yeah.
This will be lit today.
So even though you are, you know, from Curly and Mama Rose, just an only child, we recognize each other as bro and sis, especially in music. I wanted you to speak about the importance of relationships in music and outside of music, and how that keeps you grounded as Terrace Martin the man, not just Terrace Martin the artist.
You know, by me growing up an only child, I always daydreamed a lot and wished for certain things that wasn't there. Not like I mean, this is very only child to say. I never had the desire for a sibling, ever. You know what I'm saying? But I had the desire for people. You know, I always loved people. And my mother, she's from Bakersfield. She moved out here with her family, but she's always been a people person, but a very individual. She's a very strong, very successful woman.
Yeah.
So for me, you know, and then I'm close with my family. Not all of them, but I'm not, you know, I'm just not close with a lot of all people. So I've been a different type of dude. And I grew up in gangbang culture, really enriched in gangbang culture.
Right.
The Crip
Right.
card to be exact, which is a different card, you know. But I learned one thing that I went through growing up in gangbang culture is you assemble a family that's not biologically related to you.
Interesting.
You walk through this family that was all put together on different tiers. You know, when a hood is made up, you have different tiers of that hood.
Right.
Some cats is ready for the war combat, gunplay, hand game, hustling, selling dope. Some cats is born and raised in the hood saying, "What's up, cuz?" You know what I'm saying? But you have these different tiers, but these are all your family. And sometimes, you know, it's a wicked lesson in the streets, but through the streets, you still find some loyal people that some of them end up being more loyal than your family at home. That's why gangbanging is so intriguing to younger youth, because sometimes they find more acceptance in this gang than their family at home.
Yeah.
So for me, I grew up with that mentality. So as I became a stronger musician, 15, 16, and being stronger meaning only stronger because I was surrounded by musician families. I met you guys, the Vaughn family. You know, just seeing a black family on the hill with a view with Grammys and shit. As a teenager is a big deal. Because when you deal with a musician level with family around, different people, but we all from the ghetto, so we don't see that. So that was like, it was no Instagram or, so like, damn, I could see a Grammy. And y'all kept it hood, your daddy from the east side.
Yep.
But my point is with family, how I look at all this shit is, for me, I am who I am. Absolutely. I'm not gonna I am what the fuck I am. When I started getting deeper with my art, a lot of the gangbanging traits that I grew up and admired about growing up in the 60s transferred to me wanting to be a musician in a way. So, like, when I wanted to be a Crip, I never cared about being the best Crip. I just wanted to be a part of Crippin'.
Right.
When I was transferring to saxophone and music, I didn't care about being the best. I just wanted to be a part of it because it felt free. When I wanted to be a Crip, I went through the research. I studied. I hung out with all the G homies. When I wanted to play jazz, I researched. I studied. I hung out with all the G homies. Everything just went because that felt comfortable, and through that, I assembled my own family.
Absolutely.
Where goes back to why I've always called you my sister, because I assemble who I choose I want in my family.
Exactly.
If they'll allow me to.
Sure.
So through that, you do that where we were just talking about racism, how I believe in art. I've never experienced racism through art.
Right.
Through business.
Different story. But
through ART or anything that deals with the direct lineage of God directly.
Thank you.
Without the watered down shit in between, like religion.
Thank you.
I've never experienced racism. Right. So I'm able to have white, Mexican, Japanese, Korean brothers and sisters that I trust more than my blood because I spend most of my time with them.
Exactly.
And they have proven themselves through very tough, under pressure situations and didn't buckle. Because along with being from a hood, that's when you tell if somebody's a buster or not, if they gonna buckle under pressure.
Absolutely. When
they hit that yard and somebody say, where you from, what you gonna say?
Exactly.
When you go to a jam session in New York, you call yourself a horn player, no matter that little intimidated, scary feeling, what you gonna do? Right. So it's, but playing music was easy though, because it was like, ain't nobody getting killed. So I'm like, fuck it. Feel me?
Absolutely.
Me and I loved women young, so the same set of women came to everything. I started inviting my homegirls to certain events. I remember I turned on so many people to Charlie Parker and John Coltrane just through taking them down to the world stage, to go meet Billy Higgins. It's so many people, because, in the hood, everybody loved good music. Absolutely. So their mamas or grandmothers loved jazz. So when I came around, they didn't know I was on the fuck shit. We was doing fraud, selling guns and everything. They knew Lil Terry knew that music. You feel me? They knew
true.
little Terry knew that music. Come on, you know some of them stories?
Listen,
you know when
that's why I'm being quiet.
we wrecked one car, 2 hours later, backpacking,
Back on.
$20,000, go buy another car off the
2
lot.
hours later, I
Yeah,
couldn't
come on,
believe.
you know?
I says, "That's like magic, Nick." Man, listen.
Yeah.
I'm keeping quiet over here because
You feel me?
ain't no snitching me.
But it's all love. But that's
exactly.
that's just a lot of those times are fun. But that all makes up the art, the
Yeah.
honesty. I feel in my art, going back to when you say you can hear my sound through
Yeah.
everything. It's like that's who I am.
Yeah.
I am who I am. I'm not trying to be nobody else. I'm very confident in who I am. Am I a flawed man? Fuck yeah.
Got you.
But I'm confident in my flaws. I take the good with the bad with me.
Have you ever questioned that?
Man, I don't have to question shit no more.
There you
As
go.
long as I ain't trying to harm nobody.
There you go.
I'm never
There you
trying
go.
to, but you know, sometimes through actions, you harm people, you know.
Yeah.
Whether on different levels, you know. You know, I could, you know, you just, it's hard because you really don't want to be accountable for how somebody else feel all the time, too.
That part.
You don't want to trap yourself, but
That part.
all that shit playing to the music, though. You know what I mean?
I could tell you from the Hear My Dears and the 3-chord folds and different things like that. I can remember what.
I'm about to smoke some weed.
Yeah, you did go up.
For all the listeners out there. we in, let me tell y'all where y'all at. We in sunny Los Angeles at
Yeah.
a studio called Chalice Recording Studio, where one day costs more than most motherfuckers' whole budgets, and we in here just smoking weed, doing high level creative art, loving God, being humble, hugging each other, and not giving a fuck, and being very artsy and dangerous, unapologetic. That's where we at right now. For those that want to take a picture of that with love.
Y'all have to know. I try not to laugh.
Would you say don't light it on the
No,
thing?
light it in the mic.
Oh, yeah.
For the people.
Yeah.
No, for the men, we ain't dressing it up. See,
Look,
Chrissy.
look.
Every now and then it comes
Try to
out.
produce.
Every now and then Chrissy comes out. Every now and then. Motherfuckers ain't wanna, yeah, man. Shoot a gun in the air so they can think we're really driving.
All right, see, if you don't do it like that, all right.
Yo!
It's a torch, huh?
Bruh, look. I freaking love, like I say, that's why this episode is called A Conversation with Terrace Martin. I didn't want to come in here with no hella agenda. I didn't want to make this look no type of way. This is literally how we hang. Sam, the cameras were off 20 minutes ago and we was doing this exact same shit. Correct or false?
It's all real life.
This is us. Like this is us. There's no need to put on, you know what I'm saying? And I mean, that's also, in my opinion, a piece of keeping it G is you got to be one way. Whoever, whatever you are, be that. He knows I laughed so loud, I echoed all across the Japanese airport. You was like, Wyann, you sing so quiet, but you're really, you said something and you cracked a joke on me. I said, ha, 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 ha. Mind you, it was all ocean around us. It's like, nigga,
So
how do you
loud.
make a echo with
She's
ocean?
been the same her whole life, though.
Yeah,
Like, you know.
yeah. Always bubbly, hella happy. You
She
know,
don't do no drugs.
None. High off life, drunk off love.
Come on now.
Period and point blank,
I'm
just
high
like that
and getting
there.
drunk. With love. Kids don't do this shit at home.
I've been talking with my students. You know how you came up. Damn, can you believe it's almost time for the Hip Hop Forum again?
I'm ready for it. Let's go. Let's do it.
That's gonna be the last Thursday of last Thursday of February,
Let's go.
2020. Yeah, D Smoke gonna be on it too. He already called it. So I think
I
it's
love
you,
him.
D Smoke, and BJ said he want to be there next time you do it.
I'm ready.
That'll be fun. But a question that came up after you guys had left, and it's something we've been talking about 2019. We've had some qualms about it. I want to ask you, do you think you can teach hustle to people? Can hustle be taught?
I think anything could be taught if you desire to learn.
Okay.
If you have the will and the desire to learn and willing to learn, then hustle could be taught. But the desire would see, hustling is something in you though. To be a good hustler,
Yeah.
to maneuver through these streets of life, and you know, because I'm a hustler.
Absolutely.
I'm a hustler. Like
Absolutely.
I ain't even no self-proclaimed. I'm a hustler. I every day since I was, I had a kid at 16. So every day since 16,
Absolutely.
I've had to go outside and make something happen out of air. So, but I had the desire to.
Yeah.
Like I wanted to win.
Yeah.
I want to win, whatever it was, whether it was selling saxophones or hooking up car stereos. I just wanted to win, and I wanted to hustle because I didn't want to work for nobody. So I knew if I didn't work for nobody, my hustle had to be totally high level, unconditional, hustle before rest, hustle while you sleep. People say, yeah, you got to rest the brain. I'm from an area and a community and a family where that was never taught or showed.
Got it.
Like, we grow up struggling until we die in the Black communities. Ain't nothing handed down.
Yeah.
Nothing handed down. Even when we get handed down the house sometime, we lose that motherfucker because we didn't pay the shit on it on time. We don't know. We just knew Granny owned that house, but Granny ain't telling y'all. Look up under Granny mattresses, all these refinances, all these
There
things.
you go.
So it's like I was always intrigued with hustling too.
Right.
Whether the dope dealers, the people that sold cars, the people that just made a life for themselves, you know. And it wasn't always positive, but they made a life for themselves the best way they knew how to. So I was always in love with figuring that shit out.
Absolutely.
I never, I didn't grow up liking school, so I didn't want to be on school on time.
Right.
So I didn't want to work for nobody on time.
Right.
I didn't do well with authority. That's why I got in trouble so much. But I knew that I loved money. I loved money.
Yeah.
Nice
Absolutely.
things, clothes. When I got a car at 16, rims, beat. I loved, taking girls out back then. Shit.
I'm thinking of the El Polo Loco.
El Polo Loco. Pull up, different little spots. Back then, I used to take girls out to Shabazz. It was a Shabazz in Leimert Park in the 90s. Take girls out there.
No.
No, Muslim.
Okay.
Shabazz. And I get them, catfish sound, slice of bean pie and a Coke. You know what I'm saying? That was the vibe. Take them to the world stage, play a little jazz. You know what I'm saying?
Hell yeah. That was a killer move though, right?
Yeah, that was a vibe. How did we get there?
Talking about hustle.
Oh, hustling, yeah. But anyway, but all that shit took money. It wasn't a lot of money, but to me, I had to make it happen. Then I remember being dealt with the biggest test of my shit.
Yeah.
That test of my, this is how you know. You know what's going on when you under pressure.
Yep.
Man, the homie Andre that used to cut hair on 54th and Western at Good Friends Barbershop. He always taught me you could tell a lot by a person's character by the decisions he or she chooses to make under pressure.
Absolutely.
You could tell a lot by a person's character by the decisions he or she chooses to make under pressure. Just like that.
Period.
And I remember always hearing that. You know what I'm saying?
And you've looked at some of the homies because there's been pressure.
Yeah, so pressure of like, just going through pressure, just always having to make it happen, but making it happen and being addicted to overcoming that. The addiction of overcoming something. Like, man, we never had the Grammys. Nobody never knows it. But he was like a bully. He was a bully. And he used to torture me from 3rd grade to 5th grade. I remember this. One day I fought him. I didn't win the fight, but I fought. But every day when he just pushed me down, I get up. He's like, my first sense of fear was, I remember this, like my first idea of fear,
Had a name.
Yeah. But he bullied me. One day my mom went to his mama's house and his brother answered the door. His brother was cool. I don't know what happened.
This is awesome.
But they all from Inglewood. I gotta ask Big Y. Big Y know everybody in Inglewood.
Yeah, for sure.
I told Big Y my story years ago. He's like, I know but the door was like, man, I'll make sure my brother don't. So he didn't bully me for that year, but then that next year, he was fucking with me again.
Shit.
And one day he socked me in my eye in front of everybody. Bam. And I was like, I never felt so scared. Like I could never win this. I remember going home. And I went to go talk to my dad, saw me with a black eye. He's like, what happened to your eye? And my mom was like, what? I'm gonna go trip. My dad was like, nah, he looked at me, he was like, you gotta fight, man. He was like, imagine, like, I didn't even want to fight. I told my dad, I that's probably not what I should do.
I was gonna
You see, I'm already, I lost. That didn't work out. You don't understand what's going on. You know what I'm saying?
Literally.
No, you don't.
That's not.
Even young, I was like, why do people feel like after you lose, you should keep doing this again. But he was like, you gotta, my dad was like, you gotta fight. He was like, even if you lose, you gotta let him know that you gonna hit him. He said, you might fuck him up. That's how I grew up. You know, and I was like, oh, I don't want to fight. So I just started going a long way to school and being late every day. Then it caused truancies. So my dad, then I got in trouble. Why you're ditching in 4th grade? Like, what the fuck? And I was like, hell yeah. And then my dad walked me to school one day and we saw alone on the block walking. It was the worst thing that could ever happen to me in my fucking life at this point. I was walking down the street, no backpack. He was wearing khakis and chucks with blue laces back then.
Damn. Your grade?
No, he was like, I ain't gonna disrespect, but I think he was like, he felt 13 in elementary. But anyway, you got to like beep the name. He felt 13 in elementary, but this was at Benny Q Elementary.
Yeah.
You can look me up there so you figure out what we talking about. You gotta bleep the name out because I don't want motherfuckers' family tripping. Then I gotta write them a check because you know it's our trip. And then we got a trip. But it's with love. We ain't tripping.
Always with love.
So this motherfucker walking. And then my dad was like, I looked and I turned my head. My dad was gone.
No.
He vanished.
I'm sorry, I don't need to laugh. Where was Curly?
I don't know, nigga vanished to me. He pointed at me like, and I said, oh shit. Oh fuck.
Yo.
But I stood there. I kept walking and walking faster. And he just came to me. And he's like, come on, motherfucker. And I was like, I closed my eyes and I put my hands up. And then, bam, he knocked me out.
No, he didn't.
That's how the story ended.
Wait.
What did you think it was going to end? You thought it was going to end like I won? Yeah. Hell no. A nigga knocked me out. Cuz knocked me right out. I fell on the ground, but I got up. It wasn't a long knockout. It was quick, like kind of like, I got startled, like, whoa. It wasn't a long knockout. I got up. I looked at him. He still had his guard up, like, come on, motherfucker. I said, why did you hit me? He said, what? And then he just looked at me. I said, what have I done to you all these years to make you just keep hitting me and everything? And then he was just like, he hit me again. I fell again. And that's how the story ended. After that, man, after that, I just kept ditching school. Then I started ditching school forever. Then I don't even finish in school. I know I finished, though.
But wait. I'm thinking this is going to be the hustle story of, no. But the fact that...
We went to... That shit had me shaking. I mean, he's dead now, so luckily I don't got to worry about him no more. But...
Wait, so I'm gonna get us back on track. But with this, I wanted
the breakthrough was the point of that.
Yes.
That's when I got addicted to breakthroughs because when he knocked me down again, I said, well, he knows I'll stand up to him at least. I mean, but he never tortured me again because it wasn't fun for him. He liked to fight back, and I had to figure out and be the best terrorist I knew how to be to get over this. I couldn't do like my dad said or the homie said, fight back. I didn't.
That wasn't you?
No. But I startled him with just a question, with the words. Because when he didn't hit me that hard the second time, he kind of pushed my face down.
Right. Something happened different.
Something happened,
Yeah.
Well, he's dead as fuck now, so I don't know if he bullied the wrong person, but it gets tricky. I mean, bullies die. Bullies die. Bullies, that's why, it's a few reasons why you shouldn't bully. For one, to me, the least reason is to make somebody feel good.
Right.
The least reason is because you want to be around, because everybody kills the bully. Bully always dies. That's really why it's not good to be a bully.
And people are.
I mean, let's fucking keep it real. Nobody cares how really anybody really fucking thinks. That's why we have racism and things like that. But the bully always dies. You don't never hear a story where the bully wins. Even if you think they win, they're dying a slow death. So I don't really.
Right.
I don't. My sense of compassion for the bully is none. And that's a human being thing. And
And I hear that.
yeah, But a bully could change. You could change. A bully could change.
I love this.
A bully could change.
Yes,
A bully could change. Because even a bully really don't want to be a bully. They're just stuck.
They're exactly.
They're just miserable. That's why I tell bullies, don't be a bully, man. Somebody gonna shoot you in the head in front of your family.
Literal.
Don't be a bully,
Yeah.
Nobody wants to be a bully in business, a bully in musicality, a bully, and nobody wants to be a bully. And when I talk about death doesn't always come in the form of you not breathing again.
Exactly.
Death could come to your life as far as joy.
Yep.
Death to your personality, death to your belief of faith. Death, I'm not just talking about in just the simple-minded, low-frequency things that people think I talk about or anybody else talks about. You know what I'm saying?
Real shit. I mean, like, completely real shit. Speaking of, I was thinking about last episode's words of wisdom. I taught them about keeping the pace.
Every now and then, room full of people. Do I say her name and use that as example? Hold up, motherfuckers. Let me tell y'all something why I think about how you think about love, business, life, and all this shit. Because you slowing down my pace, motherfucker, Brian.
Period.
This is what it is.
Period.
I'm running, you bitch ass motherfucker. I'm running. Everybody's running with me. Don't I do this? I run in place too. And I say every time your motherfucking twist the ankle, I got to stop the run and get back. But it's a race that keeps going. Now we both losing.
Period.
Now I can't help you. Now you fucked up. Now I'm on crutches. You can't even lean on me because we both gonna fall. We all ain't got to go down with the ship. That's ignorant.
That part.
This is not the Titanic, bro.
That part.
Titanic would have failed. You know how the musician stayed at the end of the ship? I'm the first nigga with my family. Let me get my family.
Yep.
And whoever my family could get, let's get out of here. Because remember, we assemble who we want family to be.
Exactly.
We pick and choose.
Exactly.
Boom. Well, that's my theory. You know, this is not law.
You get to, no, I do feel like you get to choose who your family is. Because you've been my family since I was 16.
Yeah, you feel me? And we've been through
my whole family chose you.
We've been through every level of what a related family go through.
Exactly. What I heard.
I mean, well, I hope not every level.
No, not everything, but somebody.
I mean, but everybody got their own thing, though. Everybody got their own thing.
Literally.
Everybody got their own thing. I'm no judging here.
No, hell no, never judgment. But we've gone through this. We've done this. We've done
the life.
Yeah,
life.
It's a roller coaster.
Peaks, valleys.
Yeah,
breathing.
Yeah,
hearts don't beat like this. Doom, 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 doom. They go doom, 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 doom. Hearts don't be consistent.
No.
You don't breathe consistent, assert at the same thing. I don't play consistent.
Look.
Nothing is consistent except, that's the wrong word.
The only consistency, if you will.
Yeah,
the only thing, the constant is change.
This bomb Los Angeles, medicated, legalized for taxpayers like myself, herb. And I'm drinking this cool ice and this Don Julio. You feel me? And we're just being very relaxed. It's the holidays.
It's always that.
I'm on a lot of podcasts, but you'll never, ever hear me like this. We got to beep out the bully name because I think that nigga Spear still close by. That nigga, oh shit.
We got you.
I thought that motherfucker just tapped me.
We got you. We got you. Don't even share it. What do you, last question for getting raised, because people literally hear your words, my students in particular, and whenever you come, whenever we do the hip hop forum.
The students, we love the students in America.
We need Terrace there. Will Terrace be there? So just know you got a whole bunch of people that hang on.
I love them. I love just people, man.
Yeah.
Shit, I learned so much from them. It's crazy.
Yeah.
I show up to learn from them.
Yeah.
They teach me a lot of things.
Yeah, absolutely.
You learn in the question. Because nobody knows the real answer to anything.
Listen. You just doing your best and they doing theirs.
That's it.
Period.
All we can do is give our opinions on what we think and what we read it was.
Exactly. So, motivation and inspiration for Terrace.
Want to be with me.
I hate this man. Oh my God. Your motivation, inspiration for 2019. What is it?
being the fact that I've been having kids since a kid and paying child support since I was a child. Honestly, man, I just want to see my family happy. I want to see y'all happy. I want to see my kids happy. Next year, I want to spend more time with my mom.
I love that.
And my family and y'all. Yeah. I want to have my daughters around more powerful women. I've been so caught up in work and making it happen because I still have suffered trauma, PTSD, all kinds of different things. Absolutely. To where I'm so, I think with me, and I hate it but love it, but there's always a fear everything could go away. So I sacrifice a lot of things, time that isn't positive and other things, but I sacrifice things because I believe that the biggest thing you could do to inspire in your children's life or close family life is become a fucking superhero, whatever you do.
There you go.
If it's a postal worker, if it's a bus driver, it's a school teacher, if it's a security guard at a toy store, it's becoming the ultimate of you that you could do and inspire them to do the same thing. So along with time, I lose. Yeah. I gain another level of certain other thing else because I grew up in a family where we don't have many. We have great heroes to look at, but we have none that touch the unseen and unbelieved. And I think right now for young kids around the world, not just black, not just white, not just for just a child. Right. A child, the innocent heart of a child, I believe that's the most important thing. Yeah. So next year I'm gonna do a lot of traveling, but I'm gonna just take my family places and just try to really merge for them so they can reap some of the benefits. In the following year, I go back to my militant. I'm in the studio every day. Shit.
There you go.
So that's my inspiration of that inspires me is to knowing that my job is to inspire and I have to keep that at a high level. Yeah. So I have to inspire to be the greatest I could be, the greatest me I could be. I'm not trying to be the greatest anybody except me. Period. I'm pro-black and I'm pro-nigga. Yeah. All day. You feel me? And that's how I feel because now I know I can feel the way I want to feel and that's okay. Period. But because my heart is in a place now in my life to where I genuinely want to see everybody win because if everybody win, the crime rate will go down in South Central, Compton, and Watson, Inglewood, and different places, other ghettos, even I think it's crime in Malibu. I think it's crime, but if it's there, we want it to cease there too. Yep. Absolutely. I think they playing Ding Dong Ditch. You get
a misdemeanor felony.
Hey man! No, I'm fucking around.
I'm not dealing with your ass.
The homies going through tough times in Malibu.
I'm gonna go. We got raised by my brother and y'all's Terrace Martin, the artist and the man.
Tequila is bomb.
B-O-M-B, and I love it. And I'm going. The next thing we want to do is break it down. So what I wanted you to do, the 4 steps beat, the boom doom 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 doom. The one from the EP.
Yeah.
Wait.
I don't know the song, but it sounds like a series of 2 5s going on already.
This is for you.
Is that what it is, Chris? It sounds like some 2 5s, just 2 5, 2 5. That's what? I was gonna get to this because I have a podcast that I have to have you on called Gray Area. That I was gonna do a whole thing on you.
Shut up.
Yeah. So.
Well.
This artwork. Honestly, you know what? You are such an inspiration for my daughter. Yeah. Not all of you, because I know you motherfucker. But the most part of you, yes.
Most of me.
Yeah.
87%.
Hey, but you know all of me, and I'm not the ideal all the way, but that's what makes it the ideal.
But you fly as shit, though.
Yeah, anytime you. But this picture, man, this made me, because I remember when I was this age, falling.
That's 9.
That's a Yamaha DX7 back there.
Wait. So I'm going to show, you tell me what it is, I'm going to show them.
I don't know this on top, because we don't, but... This is a Yamaha DX7. I know this wall is on. Your father had NS. I still have his NS10s. Yeah. But this picture, this is you falling asleep in the studio. This is not even, this picture tells me this, because I'm a father.
And Dad took that, by the way.
This ain't even really about music. This is really about, I can't watch you over there, sit your ass down right here.
Right.
But because your father's a superhero, this is bathing you. Yeah. In black art. Because you're living in it. This is not programmed. No. This is not because he hope to God you don't fall back and fuck these up.
Literally though. No,
But
really.
this is, and you look to say that you're asleep. While he's writing, you sleep. It's going in you. I used to fall asleep in my daddy's bass drum.
Absolutely.
That's the only way I could sleep by in the bass drum while he rehearsing.
Yeah.
That
warmth.
loud ass bass drum and that
Look.
pillow. That's
Hell
all I
yeah.
can fall asleep is to the rhythm. So this is like when you know, I tell everybody,
Yeah.
music is a taught trait, but the love for it is spiritual.
Ooh.
Playing an instrument is taught. Anybody could be great. You just got to practice every day.
Yeah.
But the love and that passion, that's the thing that we still. That's how you know it's a God, because it cannot be explained scientifically.
No, hell no. Yeah.
Because a scientist can't play the blues.
Thank you, T.
Or speak in tongues.
Thank you, T.
Or just know how to go with your gut. And if you make a mistake,
Right.
saying it's okay without stressing out.
Right.
Huh?
Right.
That's how you know it's a God. Those are all spiritual things. You know it's a God. The fact it's a space, I call it the gray area. When you go to sleep
yeah.
and you wake up, it's a space between there. It has to be, because everything is a space in between. Everything. It has to be. But we never remember it.
Wow.
But that's one of the most important things in life. That's when you're making a decision, you're going to get up.
I love that.
I think when you die, that space goes away.
Right.
That option goes away right there.
Right.
But I think you're conscious the whole time through life. I don't believe in life and death. I think you're just conscious the whole time.
A stream. Oh my God.
You're
He
just
doesn't know
conscious.
what
You
my
don't
words
even
of
die.
wisdom
You don't
are
even
for
die.
the day. But y'all gonna trip out.
You don't even die.
No.
Yeah, it's just
You're no
a
longer
way,
physical,
you know?
but you don't die.
Hope this is at Dr. Dre's studio.
What day
You
was
can
this?
play this for Dad in the
What
family.
day was this? What day was this at Dr. Dre's studio? Who took this picture?
Sam.
Yeah, so what day was
But
it?
I don't know what day. On my
day I
birthday?
brought you.
You day you bought me.
The day I brought you.
I know, because this is Sam. This is Samantha's style.
Yeah, exactly.
She has a look.
Yes. And it's the
Like
day
you
I
got a
brought-
sound.
Yeah.
I got a sound. Sam got a look with pictures.
Absolutely.
Even no matter how far Sam grows, you still see her look.
I always want that to
That's
be.
important though.
Yeah. That's that individuality.
Because
your
you got
identity.
identified. So you ain't, guess what? When you got to sign something and say it's you lost.
Oh, wow. Absolutely.
If I got to retweet a song like that's me playing that solo, and then I say that's Terrace Martin.
Right. You lost.
Wah, wah, wah. That's for all the Berkeley teachers and students out there that's getting all that motherfucking money to teach kids how to copy.
West.
We're gonna get $40,000 a year to teach you how to be a professional living tape recorder. Let's go.
But wait, this right here was one of my proudest moments. I got to walk you into Dr. Dre's studio.
You did.
And that's why this is the back. Did you know
You
that?
did.
So
Thank you for that.
my three big men.
And that was dope because Dr. Dre, I love Dr. Dre. Dr.
Yeah.
Dre loved me. When I was younger around Dr. Dre, you know, I was a little crazy, you know what I'm saying? So she walked me back in, I'm mature. Like,
Yeah.
he
You had the
smiled.
glasses. It was the glasses
yeah.
too. Mm-hmm.
Because he knows me a few different levels. But I think that level is who I'm happy I'm with.
Yeah.
You know, I just saw him the other day.
Yeah.
He always teaches me so much.
Always.
He's my biggest.
Always.
Him and Herbie Hancock, Quincy Jones are my biggest
So him,
inspirations of my life.
Herbie, and Quincy, my album cover represents my big three. Wayne Vaughn, Dre, and Terrace.
Come on.
You
now.
didn't even catch that.
I didn't even catch that.
Come on,
That's
boo.
because you poetic.
I'm just saying.
And you know how to spell those big ass words, like, hypothetically. I bet ain't a nigga right now that spell hypothetically. Hypothetically. You feel me? If somebody say, T, how you spell hypothetically? Hypothetically. You feel me? Shit, man.
I need you guys to know that my brother Terrace, he did the new page. That's the 111th and Fig. The
Come on now.
No,
Hey,
111th
let me
and
just
Fig
say
is what
this.
you called it.
That was it. That was it.
And then the 4 steps is the one that you said Rance was doing the chords on.
Oh,
I
yeah,
ain't
Lawrence.
nothing-
Hey, Lawrence Dobson 1500,
Absolutely.
hands down.
Yeah.
I put him in the same line as my father and my mother. Hands down.
Yeah.
That amount of love for him. I mean,
1500.
fuck that motherfucker though. 'Cause that motherfucker is so fresh. He
He's
got
always
it,
so
He
fresh.
got it so easy. That motherfucker can just do anything he want and it works. Hey T, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, I'm gonna do that and do that, and then it works.
Every time.
Man.
Every time.
He's a wizard.
That 1500 Sound Academy, because we definitely had you up there. You
Yeah,
was one
come
of our
on.
first events.
I want to come back up there.
You gonna come back up there. Okay, you got to choose. Which one do you want to play? Do you want to play 4 Steps? Do you want to play New Page? This beat was the...
Let's play 4 Steps because I like how it takes you to the cycle of 2 5s.
Yay.
And different things like that. And that's Steven Bruner, aka Thundercat on bass.
On bass. And then that's Rance on the keys.
Rance on keys, Steven on bass.
And
me on the drums.
you on the drums.
In the mix and putting it together.
And that, I remember you saying at one point, was your rendition of the part at the end of I'm the...
Without my homeboys. Okay, because that was produced by Daz and Superfly.
Yes.
On Corrupt features the mother towards the end of the record with Latoya.
With Latoya.
Yeah, that's where I got that's where that's my those chords came from that. I heard that on that and was like, you know.
Yeah.
I ain't nothing without my homeboys.
Please believe I ain't shit without my
I don't feel like that though. I'm okay without my homeboys.
He gonna give you the real. He's
From all
always gonna
levels,
give
from
you the...
all motherfucking levels. But I ain't shit without my woman and my daughters and my mama.
There
That's
you go.
For sure.
There you go.
And you and your mom. I ain't shit without the women in my life.
Listen.
Everybody's a kid.
For me, I'm
happy?
keeping all this shit. I get to keep all this shit. But I'm going
Hey
to
Wyann, I love you. I love you, Wyann Vaughn. I'm so proud of you to become, I remember you was a little kid, you know what I'm saying? You're an educator, you're a hell of a writer, a singer, you're part of different groups, you're a poly-seed. You're one of my songwriter and you're huge part of my sound. Yeah. You're a big reason how I got cracking with Snoop and everybody else. You are so important to the heartbeat of Los Angeles that if people don't know, maybe we'll have a segment on that, but if you look at my old catalog, which I didn't shape LA at all. But I'm here to say I definitely put my 2 cents in the city.
Part.
And you are a part of that. You have to walk with that with all the love and find the next set of people that everything you have to give it completely away, especially to young women around the world.
Yes.
And especially to young Black women or people of color around the world because for some reason the young Black girl always suffers.
Listen.
The young Black man suffers, but we need more of you, and what you're doing is beautiful and very important. And it is a responsibility to be a Black artist like yourself and an educator. Yeah. You have a responsibility to, yes, you do have to walk a certain way and talk a certain way. Thank God you don't do drugs. Because you got to party a certain motherfucking way. But with all love, I just want to commend you and say I'm very proud of you.
Thank you.
I love you.
I love you.
And everything is smooth, you're beautiful.
Yes. Thank you.
Never show nobody that.
No. That's...
I gotta go, girl.
I love you.
Wait, some more.
No, I got you.
Okay,
I got everything I needed.
Okay.
Yo, I love you, man. Oh my fucking goodness. I need everybody to know that the show you just saw was, in fact, the Terrace Martin Vaughn show. And I say that because when he's absolutely wilding out and crazy, I call him my father's son. No, I'm laughing, but I just love that dude. And a lot of what also I needed you guys to hear was the fact that a lot of what I do in this game came by way of doors that Terrace Martin called me to, then knocked on and opened on my behalf. In some cases, he just kept his foot in the door and was like, come on in, nigga, come on in. And I just scurried in to the room. And in other instances, people learned of me, knew of me, and really fucked with me heavily off the merit of Terrace Martin. So my album cover, I think I told you guys, is a conglomerate of my big 3. And my big 3, my big men, as I called them, are Wayne Vaughn, my dad, Terrace Martin, my brother, and Dr. Dre, my great, great friend. All right. So I wanted to segue from all of that fun that you all just heard. I think everyone in the room can say we felt like we had a tummy workout because we laughed so hard at parts that you all got to be a part of. and part that you clearly saw were edited out. Oh, Lord. But we're going to move right along and get into some words of wisdom. Again, I want to thank you guys for an awesome year that's just wrapping up. I want to thank you all for rocking with this whole entire episode today, as well as every episode that we've brought you before. But in particular, your feedback on Wyann's words of wisdom have felt encouraging and inspiring. And I've continued to put thought and energy aside just to make sure that these words are always right for you guys, based on how much you've shown me that they matter to you. So, episode 12. And I brought today my journal from home. I keep a journal, have for over a year. This particular journal is just something that you can get from anywhere. My sister got it for me actually last year, and I just started using it consistently at the top of this year. So the journal that you see here is, a fraction of this year. It's not even all of this year. I write every single day, so it's pretty, it gets pretty extensive. But I usually type my words of wisdom, but as you'll note in my paid dues for today, the Wyann EP release party wasn't too far back, and the woman that did my nails did such an amazing job. But the part that we forgot to think about is the fact that I can type like one word per minute now. So I hand wrote my words of wisdom this episode, and here they are. Time is an illusion, I heard someone say. And before, I thought this was completely crazy. In my head, there's distinctly a yesterday, today, and a tomorrow. I remember where and when I was 30, and I know exactly where I am now today. And while I enjoy Wyann in both of those phases, then and now, I can assure you that there, let me tell it, was a real distinction between Wyann of yesteryear and Wyann of today right now. So I toyed with this idea, this concept of time as a continuum. And the more I pondered it, the more I found truth in it. Picture this, okay? It's autumn. We're in some enchantment of a lush forest. Currently, we stand by an embankment and a body of water that flows through it. We can feel the rich brown mud sucking at our shoes. It smells like life after fresh rain. Hovering trees mourn their brown and golden red and orange colored leaves that release them in a gentle breeze as they pepper the forest floor, adding color to the saturated green and permanently brown. Now imagine in this quiet, you hear a few birds chirping. All right? Critters make their moves around that forest floor. And as you're seeing all of this, you look up at one of those trees, find one of the leaves that's losing its grip to the tree he's attached to. You watch him lazily fall into an awaiting stream. Watch its reception in the clear colored water, the gurgling sweetly water as if applauding the leaf's arrival. The leaf touches down and immediately begins its trek down the stream. It glides over rocks and roots, travels almost diagonally for a while, then champions the ups and downs of the movements of the water, looking almost like a roller coaster taking on a camelback set of humps in a very natural way. Watch this leaf in your head as it gets stuck in a muddy space close to the embankment where you are. And despite the momentum of the always moving stream, our leaf just can't get loose from where it stands. Coming down the stream, a twig caught in the water joins the whole case. And with its size and weight, it pushes the leaf from its entrapment. And now that leaf is going and going all the way down that stream to the point of view no longer attainable to us. Time is that stream, constantly going, unapologetic, always moving with or without you or your consent. We are that leaf, going along with this continuum of time and its current. That entire journey for the leaf was its reality. It was his now. At no moment was the reception into the water deemed as now for the leaf and the release from its tree seen as yesterday. I mean, you watched that whole scenario in your head, and it all happened in right now. At what point was past, present, and future for our beloved colorful leaf? We can discuss and decide, but it would all be conjecture because, one, we're not the leaf. If we ask the leaf, it may seem that its life story began when the tree was planted or when it first bursted out of one of the branches. It might speak about present tense in a space where we can no longer see it because it's traveled so far out of our limited sight. So then the moral of the story becomes this. We, humans, our perception, we create past, present, and future. Any moment, we stop living in the moment. We can create future anytime we choose not to recognize where we are as a part of where we're going. Certain emotions indicate these disconnections as well. Regret or guilt, resentment, even nostalgia. They all tell us that our focal point remains in the past. Worry, anxiety, even excitement, all hint that we live in the future. To feel in the present is to hold peace, balance, calm, fulfillment, to appreciate and to know your worthiness. That's all about living in the present and in the moment. There's no judgment regarding whoever you are or have been or will be. There's only compassion and there's only understanding about realizing that each phase of your life is just a part of that whole continuum called time. I read somewhere that if we would have snapshotted Eartha Kitt, Quincy Jones, and Maya Angelou, each at the age of 21, we would have seen a salacious working woman, a former gang member from Chicago, and a woman who sang and danced with few clothes on. With time always moving, with every picture we take, we create history. With every judgment we pass on ourselves or on others, we create history. And we're creating history because we're acting like the snapshots of life we're observing is the end of the stream's current called time. Eartha Kitt died a prodigy. Quincy Jones made a way for almost every Black entertainer, period, and holds, I think, the most individual Grammys to date. Dr. Maya Angelou was one of the grandest artivists, I heard that somewhere, activists and artists of our time, earning poetic accolades that rival William Shakespeare, according to some scholarly sources. I get why it's hard for us as humans to realize our greatness in any one moment. One, we've been taught to always strive for more and do better. Therefore, even when we win, we're lusting over our next victories. Rarely do we take pause and relish in accomplishments we've previously made. Two, everything in culture propels us forward. I went shopping in August this year just to be greeted with Halloween candy and decorations. Let retailers and marketers tell it. Thanksgiving damn near doesn't exist. Right around October, we see Christmas trees and decorations advertised. Hell, Black Friday gets more play than Indigenous Peoples Recognition Day. And you know why? Well, there's way more money to be made on Black Friday than the thank God it's Turkey Day. But I digress. Not only do outside forces encourage us to forever look forward in longing or nostalgically at the past, we're also programmed internally that same way. 2019 has been the year that I discovered my worth. I did it accidentally and gradually. But as I had gained some weight I wasn't happy about, I decided to do something about it. I looked at old pictures where I was as much as maybe 50 pounds lighter. And I realized something with each picture I picked up. Some at 50 pounds lighter, 20 pounds lighter, 30 pounds, 15 pounds lighter. I was never satisfied in any of those moments. I literally took pics of myself and I looked at my body when it looked like a track star's body. And I can remember my thoughts in the picture at the time that said, oh, if only I'll lose 5 more pounds, then I will be my target weight. I never lost those 5 pounds. In fact, over the years from that time, I was my smallest. I'd only successfully gained about 5 pounds here, 2 pounds there, and so on. And even still, I was athletic. I had dope stuff going on, but still in each picture I found, I can look at that girl's face and remember her thoughts that she didn't outwardly show, that all stated, when I lose X amount of pounds, I'll feel X amount of ways. This year, right before my birthday, something clicked. I decided, hey, yo, I'm happy. Now, yesterday, tomorrow, I'm happy with me. End of fucking discussion. I put old pictures away because according to Abraham Hicks, my inner godlike version of myself never looks back anyway. And as much as that leaf never missed the sky from which it fell while it was dancing in that water where it now dwelled, I gave up lamenting over where I'd ever been and learned to just start appreciating where I was simply because I was. I felt reluctant to claim my worth or saying things like, I deserve to always feel good. I maybe learned this from a certain maybe misalignment in the church world that I came from, where pastors cry out, oh God, we are not worthy, we are not worthy, we are not worthy. And I always felt confused by that because I knew from my Christian background that I was created in God's image and likeness. I knew that Jesus was my big bro. And I knew that the Holy Spirit resided right within me. So if I knew all these things and I'm so related and intertwined with the supreme being who created and was created from worth, why did we profess so loudly that we weren't worthy? I couldn't see it. Every front part of my day for the last year has been me writing out, amongst other things. And let me tell you, shutting the world out and giving myself everything I ever thought I wanted from someone else has forever changed the trajectory of my life. If I never get another degree or a Grammy or any other outward thing, I know I am. The most powerful sentence in the human language. I am. Another part of what I am, because once you say I am, you are saying I equals sign something. So number one, I am, meaning I exist, period. And because of that, knowing I'm a king's kid, I am worthy like him. I am loved and lovable like him. And you can start to put whatever pronouns on things that you want. You can start to put it on the universe if you want. All of that becomes semantics. And if you get caught up in those small details, I can tell you, you can very easily miss a blessing. What I know is that a part of living in your worthiness is being able to sit with just you in a mirror or not in a mirror and being able to say, damn, you fly. I love you. Not because of something you've done or what you've been, but just you. That's being worthy. That is worth, self-worth. And as I began writing out earlier this year, I couldn't see that that was worthiness. I looked at worthiness like it was entitlement. If I said, I deserve fill in the blank, I felt like I was being a spoiled brat or an entitled such and such. Please hear me when I tell you this, especially people who have been programmed to think in a religious way that maybe the religion profits off of you feeling bad for you to gain for them to gain your presence in a church pew. Let's just say, that's just an example. Worthiness is not entitlement. Worthiness is simply recognizing your light because you are alive, period. The illumination of spirit within you as a human being, that is your worthiness. You, I don't care who you are, while you sit here and listen with me today, you are worthy. You're Muslim, you're worthy. You're Catholic, you're worthy. You're agnostic, you're worthy. You're atheist, you're worthy. Lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, or questioning, you are worthy. You've done terrible things in your life. You are worthy. You don't know where you're going to end up tomorrow. You are worthy. You inwardly feel racist thoughts and racist emotions, and you harbor hate to some other group of people for no apparent reason. You are worthy. The internet troll that looks at everyone else's lives and has crazy comments to dispel to a person they have no clue what that individual is going through. Guess what? You are worthy. Blood or Crip, sinner or saint, you are worthy. Please hear this from me if you've never been introduced to yourself as a worthy human being, regardless of your circumstance. Recognizing your worth and spending more of your time there, right there in your worth, will release that ugly depression, those suicidal thoughts, those doubts, racism, sexism, xenophobia, fear of missing out, FOMO, comparative thoughts that always keep you affirming that you're less than. Whether you compare yourself to people you've never met on social media, or you look at you in pictures from yesteryear, thinking that something about them is more important or worthy than you. Your time is not over, ladies and gentlemen. Therefore, you can take your tragic story, I don't care how tragic, and I don't care what your story is. You can throw in some heroic plot twist, you being a hero for yourself, and you can end on something magnificent if you decide to. It's all in you. And you might not feel like you got the time, but let me assure you, whether you feel like you got the time, like that leaf in that stream, time definitely got you. Connect with your life now. Tap into that love and tap into that worthiness, because it's all there for you. And those are my words. my words of wisdom for today. You already know. Before I go. You see this? Just hands. It's the end of the year. I figure I'd give you a little longer one. Ladies and gents, I told you about, yes, I was supposed to be getting this information, but I got a couple things. Nails by Katie. You can't see it on Spotify. That's hilarious. No, Spotify. We do air on Spotify. Y'all, I'm tired. Spotify and Apple Podcasts. You can't see this, but if you head on over to YouTube, check out these nails from my girl, Katie. Nails by Katie on Instagram. If I'm not mistaken, her name is. I'll look again because I think that's wrong. Actually, just look in the description underneath because that's going to take too much for me to go and look at. That's one shout out I wanted to give. She did an amazing job. I'm actually a girl. These are not my nails. Every episode, my whole life generally. I had fake nails one other time. I was 17 years old. So 20 years later, I figured, let me try it again, especially because I'm doing something I never do. Like put out a body of music called the Wyann EP. And I gave both of my CDs. That's another thing. Paid dues number 2, the Wyann EP. Go cop that. I had the copies. You guys saw them. Whatever. Yeah, I gave the copies to Sam and Terrace. So, yes, the Wyann EP. By the time that this comes out, it should be everywhere. Go buy it if you really, really want to support me. But even if you can't afford to buy it, please stream the hell out of that little masterpiece called My First Baby. I want to see if you guys can get this. Can you see this? Tell me if you can see it. Yeah?
Very close. Yeah.
What I'm showing is a picture of my dad at my release party holding up the CD. And because Terrace had just talked about it, I thought it would be so fun to just show an illustration of my dad being so proud of me, and I love that man. But the photography that was done at my release party was done by @Jamil Not Jamal, @Jamil Not Jamal. And that is spelled, Jamil is Jamil, and I think Not Jamal is the same way. Hold up. Jamil Not, yes. So @JamilNotJamal, @Jamil Not Jamal. 1 M, 1 L on everything. That is a great friend of mine, Jamil Taylor. He comes from a legacy family as well. He is the Game's little brother. And while the Game put out his new album, Born to Rap, Jamil put out a photo book that goes with it called Born to Shoot. He's an excellent photographer, a great human being, just a really, really dope individual. And I wanted to make sure that I gave him his flowers while he was here. It's so funny. I was going to give Terrace his flowers while he was here. And then he ended up saying so many nice things about me. And then I was like, it rendered me quiet. I was like, oh, okay. I think this is the time when other people are celebrating you. Why? So allow yourself to be celebrated. And I felt good. So now I'm very happy. Also, those nails by, let me just make sure I got the girl's name right, because this is my girl and I will be seeing her more, and especially if you guys like it. Yeah. Oh, Katie Nails Pasadena. So it's not at all Nails by Katie. KATI_nails_Pasadena, PASADENA. This woman did the hell out of my nails, and y'all already know about how much I love to do more than you knew. The swagoo is what I would have used today if I had more time to really think about how my baby hairs was gonna look. Y'all see any children here? None, okay? No, because I don't know how to do this baby hair thing still. So pray for me. And y'all know y'all can't deny the fact that y'all see the merch, the Raise It Up Y swag. This is the crew. It's a little crew. For me and my little crew. we're not going to talk about the fact that we're getting Dave one. Dave's is on the way. I'm so sorry. But Chris ended up having a birthday. Chris Cadenhead. Come here. Come here. Let's break the fourth wall, kid. Come on, big boy. Somebody had a big birthday, 12/12. And this is one of my best friends and my baby. And he also has on the shirt. Ooh, you gonna give him shoulder? You giving him shoulder action? Is that shoulder action? Oh! Oh! Turn 36, don't know what to do. Thank you. Right. Oh yeah. Don't break your hand there. It's a mountain.
Whatever.
So, y'all, this has been one of the craziest, funnest, wildest episodes to date of this year. Thank you all from the bottom of my heart for spending your 2019 with a little West Side girl who just happens to be wonderfully flawed, learning her way, and hella thick. We thank you so much. 2019 has been amazing. 2020 is about to give us all sorts of vision. So y'all write out, be on top of your shit. Any Raise It Up Y merch, any write out, any YNEP, everything. Go to wyannvon.com, wyannvon.com, wyannvon.com. Ladies and gentlemen, I thank you so much. I love you so much. You've been amazing. Keep this momentum going into this new year. And as always, stay so real, my loves.
Figure if you give them all that you got, you'll be stuck with a knot in your wallet. If you love them like there's no tomorrow, you'll be left with sorrow in your pocket. See, with a hole in your chest, you can't give no one your best. You'll be searching the rest of your days for the love of your life. He'll be off with his wife, 'cause you've been soaking your nights away. But let me give you the game.